Hello again, this is Foxy from Player Up, and welcome back to Isla Matanceros. If you remember earlier on, I made a quick video on this island of a quick build, but I've adjusted that build now, and I'll show you what I've done. So basically, now I've opened everything. I'm sorry I haven't made any videos for a little while, but I've actually unlocked everything in the game, and I've basically done this to it. So at our entry point, we've got a monorail station to take you all round the park, and we've got a little zone where you can go and ride around in some gyrospheres and see some Paracephalus. So if you follow it round, we've got the Innovation Centre in the centre of this large open area, which I will eventually fill with dinosaurs. I've been busy doing that as a thing as I've been going along. I have the ACU Centre right in the middle of all the actual parks, so it can actually get everywhere quite quickly. I have this little zone here that I haven't actually decided what I'm going to do with yet. I might actually just put a path up here with a viewing platform onto there. So we've then got a few shops that come along, a viewing platform, and in here we have some Dilophocephalus. Cephalosaurus, yeah, that's a complicated word. So we've got a few of these guys in here. I'll eventually put a big alpha predator in there, like an allosaur. Every single one of these creatures has been upgraded to the max. I've used all the genes and everything possible to increase their life expectancy massively. So in here we've got a bit of a predator pit. There's actually raptors in here, and there's a few of these spiky dinos. Here's a raptor right here, and a couple of diplos, because it fills up the space quite nicely. So this is this little part over here. So if you then follow the road along, we've got another part over here, and this has got some even larger predators in it. And it has some Deinonychus, and it has some Brachiosaurs, because they can't kill those. So here's some Deinonychus. This one has a vivid pattern on it. As I said, I've actually opened up everything in the game now. There's a blue one in here as well. I do like the rainforest pattern. It's lovely, I have to admit. So we follow it round, and we've got a hotel, a shelter, just in case. And in the middle here, we've got a 4-part predator pit with a creation lab that can feed all of them. So I'll eventually do something with this. I've played around with it. Each one of these pens is just about the right size for each one of the predators that I've got. So I can put a Baryonyx in here, and a Carnotaur in here, and a Giga in here, and maybe a Rex in here or something. So we follow it up, and we have the Ranger Station on the opposite side, also capable of getting almost everywhere quickly. And over here we have another little predator pit. In here we have Ceratosaurs, and we have Apatosaurs. And then we go up to where the actual all the works are. So we've got 4 power stations, the research, the expedition centre, and the fossils, and of course the science centre and the security centre, and a fast food shop, just to keep people happy. So then we come to another station here, and we have another hotel, a little line of shops, and a view over the big pit. And then we're back to the beginning. And if we follow the predator pit along this line, we also have again a few shops, and another station. And basically this is what I've been doing. I think it's quite a nice looking park. It's efficient, it's working fantastically. I'm not quite sure why it's dropped off of 5 stars at the moment, but it's actually, a very good park. It's been working well. Unfortunately, at the moment, everything is costing way too much money. I obviously built a zipline here because I lost one from in here. So I just opened this door right here and let him out. I find that these feeder pens are a good idea. And the double walls, by the way, are a good way to keep predators at bay. So, for example, if these raptors ever decide that they want to try and escape from here, well, they've got 2 walls to go through, not just one. So, if they break through this one, I can get the ACU helicopter over here and tranquilise them before they get through the other. Keeps the guests safe. So, while I'm here, I thought I'd do a quick review of what I found about the game since I've been playing it. And I'm going to give this game a lot of blighs because I like dinosaurs. But I find you spend most of the time in this game doing this. And resupplying these.
Setting additional tasks.
This is what you do most of the time. You don't really get to enjoy the dinosaurs too much. And that's a bit of a problem, really. There really should be a method that you can actually set a module onto the ranger station so that they will automatically go and resupply. So as something becomes resupplyable, they go and resupply it. Okay, it takes a little bit of the gameplay element out of the game, but what you end up doing all the time is watching up here, seeing as soon as like, oh look, we need to resupply. So you send out your resupply teams. Of course, you've never got enough.
Acknowledging request for feeder resupply. Acknowledged. Adding to
And
the
you end
list.
up doing this.
Request acknowledged.
And then sending out a next team to do the next
Responding
lot.
to resupply request. Adding task. Understood.
And as I said, this is what I find is the biggest complaint about the game. You end up doing this more than anything else. You don't really get to enjoy anything in the game, especially if everything's very spread out. If you've taken up all the space, like I pretty much have here, I mean, at the end of the day, this is, that's not good. Also, I've found that, for example, you get pack hunters like these raptors, and they don't act as a pack. I mean, these guys should actually be able to probably take down that. I mean, obviously this isn't, what we would assume it's Velociraptor. It's obviously Utah Raptor. It's a lot larger than Velociraptor. But, I mean, it should actually be able to, team up with a few of its friends to actually fight this fight. But they fight alone. And, that's not good. In this particular scenario, this raptor can back down. He can't win. There he goes, backing down. So, there's another complaint I've got about the game. Realistically, they should be a lot more pack orientated for an animal that is a pack hunter.
People like to feel secure. That's our job.
Again, same with these Deinonychus. They should also hunt in packs. I don't like the fact that, for example, Allosaurus and Carnotaurus, a lot of the major predatory dinosaurs, you can't put them with anything. They have to be kept alone,
Confirmed.
and that's a problem. Yeah, because that means that you end up building a big pen like this, and you can't put anything else with them, or else they'll kill it. And they don't just kill to eat. I mean, literally, they will kill everything, everything in the area, not just to eat it, just to kill it. Yeah, that's not very good. Yeah, I'm not impressed with that at all. So, in general, I like the graphics. I like the sound when you can actually hear any of the sounds. The game's alright. I give it blind because I like dinosaurs. But I also have some issues with the game. I think they could have done a lot more.
Confirming task.
Added the pack element, added something to stop this being so tedious. Because, I mean, as I said previously, all I seem to end up doing constantly is choosing a ranger team, sending it out to refill food supplies. As soon as you get into doing something, for example, after when I rebuilt this park, I built from here, and I built this, and I built this pen, and this kept me going for a while actually. This pen here, and I then came down here and I built this predator pit here, and I used this to literally fund the park as I built round it, around the edges, and I eventually came up, built. Obviously, I built the power while I was building. Yeah, this was actually the first thing I built. Well, I actually teleported this. Yeah, I didn't actually build this first. I built this first with this, and this was one of the last things that I built in here, and I left this gap empty for exactly this reason. And truth is every single time I got into building something like this, well, my dino suffered because I wasn't paying attention to this up here. So, as I said, rating out of 10, I give it lots of lies because I like dinosaurs. I'm going to give it around 7. 7 out of 10. It's alright. I like it. Not bad. But it could be better. There could be more choice in the dinosaurs that you've actually got available to you. As you see, I've actually unlocked and 100%ed quite a lot of these. It's if you just want to see it fight, cool. Same. These you can actually house them with long necks. These you can house them with Deinonychus raptors. I mean, these you can house with Deinonychus raptors as well, and these really, yeah. But these guys just can't house them with anything. I mean, if they get hold of it, they're going to kill it. But I mean, a lot of the little predators, because of the way the game is set up, in the way that it is, there should be a lot more smaller creatures that you can actually house with the larger creatures with these that they won't kill, and maybe perhaps allow us to have 2 of these, 2 carnivores in one cage without them killing each other, and maybe slow down their kill rates so you could actually house something like a T-Rex with a group of Edmontosaurs, and it wouldn't kill them all within 10 minutes. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's bad. It's no good. If you just want to see a massacre take place, it's perfect, but it's not great. I'm not really that impressed with that. I mean, over here I have got ceratosaurs in, unless they've died, of course. I think maybe they died. Yes, they have died. Okay, but I mean, in here I can put 2 ceratosaurs and they will move along quite happily with these apatosaurs. Or I can put in, let's say, I have this apatosaur because if one of those guys die, well then they start thinking about breaking out. So I can just release this one instantly, put it straight over there. The apatosaurs are quite big and I haven't got the double protection in that cage. I've also over here got something similar, for example in here, because I've got Tyranosaurs and I've got Paracephalus. I've got 2 of these and 2 of these already locked up in there. So if a couple of these guys die, I can just replace them instantly because these guys like being quite large bulls. So, you know, I have that going. And, you know, like I said, a lot of this is going to be me filling the rest of this out. But I just thought I'd come in and give you a review. In my next video, I'll go to the custom map that I've created on the sandbox, and that looks a lot better than this. It's actually a better park than this, and I'll show that off to you next time, and we'll fill that park up with dinosaurs, because it has no dinosaurs in it because I haven't had to build them. I've had no need for money on that map, so I've spent my entire time creating the landscape, doing everything. Everything has topography to it, as you can see. Even though, as you know, on the if you've watched my other video on this map, I flattened everything out completely to begin with, and then started building on it. Well, after I built, I put bumps, hills, and things back, as you can see. And all of these lakes are actually in indents. So I've actually indented the land here and then put the lake in there. Same here and everywhere else for that matter. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look at Isla Matankeros, and hope you enjoyed the review, and thanks for watching. Quick video. Cheers. This is Bobsy. Player up. I'll catch you in the next video.